Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's so good to have you here again at Confident Beauty, where every style tells a story. And today our story begins with a truly special journey. We're traveling across space and time, heading to the United States to uncover 100 years of its profound history, told not through textbooks but through the hair of its women. Now, ask yourself this: what if a hairstyle could tell you more than a history book? That a simple haircut could be a declaration of independence? And that the color of your hair could signal a quiet cultural revolution? Look closely. What you're seeing on your screen right now isn't just hair. It's 100 years of resilience. A diary written not in ink but in defiant bobs, hopeful waves, and powerful curls. From the first woman who dared to cut her hair short, to the millions today who choose to let it shine silver. This is more than just a story about style. It's the story of a nation, the story of its women. Join us as we explore a century of American beauty, one decade at a time. The 1920s. Our story begins in the 1920s. The Roaring Twenties weren't just a decade, they were a declaration. After the immense sacrifice of the First World War, and with women gaining the right to vote, a new sense of freedom crackled in the air. This spirit was perfectly captured by the haircut that shocked the world, the bob. To cut one's long hair, a symbol of Victorian femininity, was an act of liberation. It was audacious, modern, and undeniably chic. Intricate finger waves, meticulously sculpted against the head, showcased a new level of artistry and sophistication, a common sight in the smoky haze of jazz clubs. So how does that audacious spirit translate to the 21st century? While a full head of finger waves is a true commitment, its artistry lives on. By incorporating just one or two sculpted waves near the temple on short hair, you can add a stunning artistic detail for a black tie event or a glamorous Art Deco-themed wedding, proving that a touch of that rebellious glamour never truly fades. The 1930s. But the roar of the 20s faded into the somber hush of the 1930s. The Great Depression cast a long shadow, and the mood shifted from rebellious exuberance to a longing for soft, escapist glamour. Hollywood became the nation's dream weaver, and the sharp cuts of the 20s softened into longer, more romantic waves with deep side parts. With money scarce, women became masters of the pin curl at home, patiently recreating the ethereal beauty of stars like Greta Garbo. It was a decade that proved women could create their own elegance even in hardship. And that timeless, polished glamour is just as potent today. The secret to capturing it lies in those same details. A deep side part and waves that are brushed out to create a soft, unified shape. For a truly elegant evening, whether a charity ball or a milestone anniversary dinner, this sophisticated Hollywood wave is a perfect choice, a direct echo of that golden era romance. The 1940s. Then came the 1940s, a decade defined by collective purpose. As men went to war, millions of women marched into factories, becoming the backbone of the nation. Hair had to be practical, but practicality did not mean sacrificing style. In fact, style became a form of patriotism. This era gave us the iconic victory roll, a powerful symbol of hope. The 40s woman was capable, resilient, and impeccably put together. That same can-do spirit finds its modern expression in simple, chic solutions. While double victory rolls are a bold choice, a single, softer roll on one side can add a touch of playful elegance. But perhaps the most enduring gift of the 40s is the headscarf. A beautifully tied silk scarf isn't just a nod to the past. It's the perfect, stylish solution for protecting your hair on a windy day or adding a pop of color to any outfit. 1950s. With victory came peace, and with peace came the boom of the 1950s. A prosperous America embraced an ideal of domestic perfection, and the hair reflected this new dream. It was soft, curled, and flawlessly coiffed. The era was dominated by the weekly salon visit for a shampoo and set, held in place by a revolutionary invention, hairspray. This allowed for gravity-defying styles like the bouffant, a symbol of leisure and status. And while the weekly salon set is a thing of the past, the core principle of the 50s bouffant, creating lift at the crown, remains a secret weapon for mature hair. Using a root-lifting spray and a little gentle backcombing can give any modern hairstyle, short or long, an incredible boost of volume and sophisticated shape. It's a lasting technique that proves a little lift can go a long way. The 1960s. But the quiet conformity of the 50s was about to be shattered. The 1960s was a decade of two halves. In the early years, the nation was captivated by the elegance of First Lady Jackie Kennedy and her perfectly sculpted bouffant. But beneath this polished surface, a revolution was brewing. By the late 60s, a counterculture of freedom and protest let their hair grow long, straight, and natural, a stark contrast to the rigid styles of the past. You can embrace both sides of this iconic decade today. For a polished, professional look, try adding a subtle flip to the ends of your bob using a round brush. For a more relaxed weekend vibe, embrace your hair's natural texture. Try air drying with a texturizing cream to encourage soft, natural waves, proving that great style can also be beautifully simple. 1970s. That spirit of freedom exploded in the 1970s. Dubbed the Me Decade, the 70s were all about self-expression and individuality. Styles were defined by movement and texture. The feathered, flick-back look of Farrah Fawcett became a symbol of sun-kissed glamour. The choppy, layered shag offered a cool, rock-and-roll edge. And most importantly, the Afro became a powerful symbol of Black pride, a celebration of natural texture. That same spirit is echoing loudly in fashion today, as the shag has made a huge comeback. For mature women, a modern, softer version adds incredible movement, making hair appear fuller. Asking your stylist for face-framing layers can bring a youthful energy to your look, a perfect wash and wear style that proves true freedom never goes out of fashion. The 1980s. If the 70s were about finding yourself, the 1980s were about announcing yourself to the world, loudly. This was the decade of Wall Street power suits and bold ambition. The aesthetic was about excess and the hair was no exception. More is more was the mantra. The perm was king, creating a foundation for gravity-defying volume that was teased and sculpted. For the woman over 50 entering the corporate world, big hair wasn't just a style, it was a statement of confidence. While the full 80s perm might stay in the past, the secret to its power volume is always in style. A modern, gentle body wave can add soft, lasting volume without the tight curls. For temporary boost, hot rollers or a large barrel curling iron, focused at the roots, can recreate a touch of that 80s glamour for a big presentation or a night on the town. The 1990s. After the excess of the 80s, the 1990s offered a palette cleanser. A new wave of minimalism washed over fashion. The aesthetic was clean, cool, and effortlessly understated. Sleek straight hair made a major comeback, but the undisputed hair icon of the decade was the Rachel. This bouncy, layered cut made famous on Friends, created a global phenomenon. Its face-framing layers were adapted by women of all ages, offering a fresh, flattering look. The core lesson from the 90s is the power of a great cut with strategic layers. Face-framing layers that start around the chin are incredibly flattering as they can soften features and add dimension. It's a timeless technique that works beautifully on shoulder length or longer hair to add movement and shape without sacrificing fullness. The 2010s were shaped by the digital age, where trends were born on Pinterest and perfected on Instagram. The look of the decade was polished, photogenic, and seemingly effortless. The long bob or lob became the go-to cut for its chic versatility. But the biggest story was in color. The balayage technique, a freehand highlighting method, created a natural, sun-kissed effect that was a game-changer. For mature women, it was the perfect way to blend grays gracefully, offering a low-maintenance, high-impact style. Balayage is still one of the best coloring techniques available. It avoids the harsh root line of traditional highlights and offers a beautiful, natural grow-out. Asking your colorist for subtle face-framing highlights, just a shade or two lighter than your base color, will instantly brighten your complexion and add beautiful dimension. The 2020s, and that brings us to today. This era brought an unexpected catalyst for change, a global pandemic. As salons closed, women everywhere began to see their natural hair emerge. What started as a necessity quickly became a movement, the Silver Revolution. Letting your hair go gray was no longer seen as giving up. It became a powerful statement of authenticity and self-acceptance. Women embraced their silver strands as a crown of wisdom, with styles like the edgy modern shag or the chic pixie cut. The great lesson from our current era, therefore, isn't a style to copy but a mindset to adopt. Embracing your silver is a statement of confidence, and the key is making it look intentional. A great, sharp cut, paired with a weekly purple shampoo to keep your silver bright and sparkling, turns your natural color into your most stunning and confident accessory. 100 years, from a uniform of social expectation to a declaration of personal identity. The journey of the American woman's hair is the journey of the American woman herself. It was shortened for freedom, styled for country, expanded with ambition, and now it shines brightest in its most authentic color. Perhaps the greatest lesson from this century of style is this: the most beautiful trend is choice. The most timeless look is confidence. For the woman over 50 today, her beauty isn't defined by a single haircut, but by the wisdom to choose the one that reflects her own incredible story. What decade style resonates most with you? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to subscribe because next week we're crossing the Atlantic to the capital of chic, Paris, where every hairstyle is a timeless work of art. We'll see you then.